What is up, everyone? Hold up. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to After the Hull. As always, it's your boy Jacob. Jared to my right here. And it's been a... What's the word I'm looking for here, Jared?
We went on a hiatus.
It's been a slow off season. It's been a real slow off season outside of the draft and free agency. There hasn't really been much news when it's came to the NFL, when it's came to football in general. But, however, Jared, we're 50 days away.
Yes, we are. We're right around the corner.
Right around the corner. So, being that as it is, we got a few things to go over tonight. First off, we're going to go over the NFC East.
Okay.
Because I want to talk a little bit about the NFC East and Hard Knocks with the Giants. And we're going to talk about the NFC East, about where we think where teams are going to go, who's going to win the division. This is a real early picks. And we'll do that for the next few weeks until the season starts.
Yeah.
College football 25 dropped. I don't know how many people have gotten it, especially on here. I snagged it first day.
So, a lot of people got it.
Yeah, I snagged it first day. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from how it is. I mean, how y'all liking it? I mean, I thought that the game is pretty good. I mean, I don't think it's, the greatest football game ever, like some people have mindlessly stated.
I will say it's nice. It looks nice.
It's fun. Like, I'm not saying that it's not fun. It's definitely fun. It's definitely worth getting, in my opinion, especially if you're just gonna get the $70 version.
Yeah, because isn't there like that one with the Madden, with the new Madden game too?
They had that before, but now they only have $100 one.
Oh, okay.
Rocking Arkansas and dominated Tier 1 teams. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can. I mean, Arkansas is not a terrible team. I don't think they're a powerhouse, especially now. They used to be, but right now they aren't. I mean, they're a pretty decent team though. No, I don't think they're terrible. South Carolina's got a crazy dude on his team. Got like 99 speed,
Harvard dude?
99 speed, 99 acceleration. Oh, there it goes, Jared. I saw it happening. It happened too quick. It happened too quick. But what's it called?
Your clip don't want to stay attached.
Yeah, my clip don't want to stay attached, so I'm having difficulties with the clip right now. God fucking damn it. Hold on. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, yo. Technical difficulties. What's up? NCAA 25, decent. Definitely has its flaws. Yeah, it definitely has flaws. Tackling, I'm not a huge fan of tackling. Trying to switch players, it never gives you the right player that you really want. They got some glitches here and there. I don't know if y'all seen the Dynasty recruiting names. Crazy. I saw this one dude. His name was Patrick Enos,
Jesus.
or it was spelled ENIS. And so his initial, it said P.ENIS. Fucking stupid, bro.
Nice. Did you see the one with the kid?
What's up, man? What's up, Roll?
Did you see the one that the kid's overall is like 12?
No.
Yeah.
God damn, they got a dude with overall that's 12 in that game?
He's a backup. He's like the 4th-string quarterback.
Holy fuck.
But like,
What's the point of putting him in the game then?
His overall is a 12.
Couldn't even give me like a 40? You make it a 12?
Dude,
Holy
dude
fuck.
in the video was like, you should write to EA like, because this is fucked up. You gave him a 12.
Somebody definitely needs to be held accountable for that.
Yeah, for real.
That's
I
fucked
think
up.
he went through like all his entire stats, and I think
Do you remember his name?
I can find out. I think this dude from East Carolina. Hold up, let me see if I can find out real quick. I don't know if it was. I don't know if Brian sent it as a link or as a picture. Let's scroll through this shit real quick.
This fucking guy.
You know what?
But yeah, no. EA's been a good game so far. I like the Road to Glory. I like the Dynasty mode. Obviously they got to fix the servers. They got some flaws that they need to clean up on it. Definitely worth it though. I mean, especially if you're looking to, try something a little bit different than Madden. Is it completely different from Madden? No, you'll still see some of the same animations. A couple of the tackle animations are the same when you're actually tackling the person.
Yeah, he's a 4th-string quarterback on East Carolina University. Jesus. I don't know his name.
Javarson Lamar. East Carolina State University.
Bruh. I missed that show.
That's a great show. But yeah, no, it's been a good game. I like it. Like I said, it's definitely worth the 70. If you play, they're gonna have an ultimate team for it.
They have one, I think.
Yeah, they do. I'm just saying it's still early stages, so
okay.
Everything right now is pay to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Ultimate Team is. If you feel like spending that money, that's up to you. I personally won't. I'll if I get bored sometimes, and I'm not doing anything, I'll go in there and I'll just mess around on like solo battles, but my team will be shit. When everybody's got like a 92, 93 overrated team, my team will be like 80, 81.
Team?
Yeah, my team will be like an 80, 81. Everybody's got like a 95.
Mine's a 98.
Ain't no way I'm going in a head-to-head match online with Ultimate Team. I'll just sit there and play the computer. What?
Mine's 98.
Well, that's different.
But I didn't pay for any of it.
Well, I know, but we're at the end of that Madden 24. We're at the end of Madden 24. Where anybody can get a 99 player. You know what I'm saying? I logged in the other day and got a free 99 player.
Which one?
Fuck. Who was it? Was it Gronk? It was somebody.
Was it a red card?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's that's like, I guess, like some out of position player, because I have him at running back, cornerback.
I got him at corner.
You got him at corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also got a running back card. They just dropped his quarterback card.
That's crazy.
He's 6'6", like something. I think 2, 3 something.
But yeah. So I mean, now at the end of Madden, yeah, you can build up a team. But I'm in the beginning, you try to go like in the middle to beginning area. They don't let you just like get a high rated card just for playing. Like, yeah. And if it does, you have to put in hours on that bitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think they have it to where this one they have a 99 that can transfer over to the next one. I think I'm not 100% sure.
Now I know you could if you play Road to Glory, you go through your college career.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Yeah, you can transfer your player from Road to Glory onto transfer them on from Road to Glory on to the new Madden.
Right.
So, but it'll be interesting, especially when Madden comes out, to see how they're intertwined. You know, so I'm gonna see how that works. You know, I'll definitely have a character all finished out by the time Madden comes out.
What position are you in there in the game?
Well, you can make different ones.
I know, but what is your player?
The first one I made was a running back.
Okay.
And then I realized that playing as a running back sucks. And then I made a quarterback. I was a running back, and I was with South Carolina, and then I transferred to Ohio State.
Oh, is that the one with the video?
Yeah. Well, that was the guy that I had. He was what's it called? Fuck. He was playing. I was playing on South Carolina, and
You went to transfer.
And yeah, we were playing LSU, and then for some reason I'm sitting there in the tunnel with LSU's players in my full South Carolina gear, just rocking with them back and forth, like like my man's decided to switch schools when he got to the stadium.
There's a video on our page.
Yeah, if you go to our Twitter and check it out, there's a video of it. Look at these sexy fellas. What's up, Bayou? How you doing, man? Still waiting on drafters for y'all to draft with me. You sent that to me, right? Yeah.
Explain to him a little bit more how you were explaining to me.
Yeah, because I don't really understand. Like, are we just drafting and then that's it? Like, we're not playing like a fantasy?
Best ball.
I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah, you draft a team and it's set.
Sorry, you fucking mosquito lives like doing this by your ear, and I'm sitting there wondering how the fuck you don't hear that.
I do not. But no, yeah, it's like you draft a team, and that's your team.
So
like,
free agents,
no free agency,
no IR switches,
nothing.
Is it just a starting lineup and no bench?
It's like your bench, but like the player that gets the most points, whether he's on your bench or in your active lineup, it counts for it. So like, let's say,
shit, that's wild.
Oh yeah. So like last year, it was my first time ever. So I drafted Hurts and Josh Allen. So like, say when Josh Allen had a 30-point game, and Hurts only had like a 12-point game, my score went with Josh Allen's points instead of Hurts, regardless of where they were in the lineup.
First place is $500,000.
I don't think that's the one that I was talking about. There's a bunch of them. There's like I think like the lowest minimum like thing is like $2, like entry fee.
How much is the entry fee for that?
For that one?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Code Bayou Bango will match your first deposit up to $100. Oh, is that on that Drafters? Is that on Drafters? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Cozy said something to you.
Oh, thanks for Saquon, buddy. Yeah, no, it's cool. Have fun paying a running back $13 million a year, and then probably gonna only play half the season. So, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's all right. I liked how they explained it in episode 3 of Hard Knocks. I'll get into it a little bit later, more when we talk about the NFC East. But I like how they explained it, bro. Like,
yeah,
we got to put it.
Shit coming out about that.
You don't pay a running back $12-13 million when you have a $40 million quarterback that you're paying. If they would have never done that to begin with, it would have been a different story. But we got to do it from the situation that we're in now.
Yeah.
And the situation that we're in now is that we're paying Daniel Jones $40 million. All right. He's not had a good wide receiving core. He has not had a good offensive line.
I think that's really the only thing I need right now.
Is that to say that both of those are the reason why Daniel hasn't performed well? No, that's not the reason.
Right.
That's not all of the reason. some of it is on Daniel, considering the fact that he doesn't know how to read a defense, and I don't know why. You're 5 years in the league, 6 years in the league. How the fuck you don't know how to read a defense by now with as much film as they talk about he's watched? How do you just have a problem at retaining the information? Is that the issue? Because you don't have a problem retaining the fucking playbook.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a problem retaining the playbook, how can you not have a problem retaining what the defense is doing? Huh? Can you explain that one to me, Daniel Jones? No, you can't. You can't.
Did you see the workout video he posted?
No. I don't want to watch that shit. I don't give a fuck about him working out. You know what I want to see him do? Throw touchdown passes. How about that? How about score some fucking points outside of 17 a game? How about that? We're lucky if we get 17 a game. Fucking lucky if we get 17 a game. We are terrible on offense. Defense was okay. I do think we'll be better on defense this year. We did lose Xavier McKinney. However, getting Brian Burns was huge.
I was talking about the safety.
Well, we'll see. He's a rookie. You got to wait and see how they are.
Fair.
But getting Brian Burns is going to help them out.
That's something they also talked about in Hard Knocks.
Yeah, they did. So, I mean, yeah, it sucks that Saquon's gone, but I didn't feel like paying $13 million for a run. And then on top of that, he was in there and was like, hey, what is it that we need to bring Saquon back? Oh, 12 and a half, 25? Okay, bet. We can make that work. Oh, what is he getting? 13 with 27? Nah, that's too much for us. Now, granted, that's not a whole lot, but at the same time, you still got to pay for it. They filled up 2 spots on the offensive line. They got Brian Burns, and they were able to bring in Devin Singletary. So, with you did that because you didn't pay Saquon. You had that extra money.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
And you're able to sign your draft picks reasonably.
$2 tournaments have first place at 2,500. That's still crazy.
Yeah, see, that's what
you turn $2 into 25,000 is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
$15 tournaments have the 100. The 500,000. Okay.
Yeah, I was looking for you earlier to
coping, bro. I mean, yeah. Am I sad he's gone? Like, yeah. I'm sad he's gone. I fucking have his jersey.
Yeah, you do.
Of course, I'm sad he's gone. But at the same time, I understand the business of it and about how we need to complete the roster because our entire offense sucked. Not the running back position. If we're not that great at the running back position, but we're better at O-line and we're better at receiver, I'm fine with that. Because then if Daniel Jones is a shit year, you can turn around and be like, get rid of him ASAP. Because obviously he's not going anywhere than what we see him with now.
I was watching some of y'all's videos and went
better O-line, better weapons, facts.
After the entire conversation about Barkley and shit like that, I think, what is it? Who's the owner? Mora?
Yeah, John Mora.
Yeah.
John Mara.
He's the owner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's co-owner.
When he walked out the room, he just looked like, yeah.
Or did he buy out Steve Tisch? I don't know if he bought out Steve Tisch or not. I can't remember.
Yeah, when he walked out
he was pissed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you're the owner. You're not the fucking GM. If that was the case, we'd be the Dallas Cowboys, and I wouldn't want that. You don't hire a guy to do a job and then step on his toes the entire way through because you want to keep a player that was real popular and is making you money.
Yeah. Yeah, Jerry Jones don't want a coach that's gonna, push back on him.
Yo, Soup Boys Entertainment, hope you well, bud. Oh yeah, we got positivity in the chat today. I love it. I like Daniel Jones though. I think he can succeed. I mean, it's not to say that he can't. We've seen him win a playoff game. It's literally not to say, and it's not like we won that playoff game 10-7. He had to score about 24.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he had to put up some points. So, like, I don't think that he is just complete garbage. I don't think he is hot ass. Is he bad? Yes, he's bad. I don't think he's complete and utter trash, though. We've seen guys like that. Ryan Leaf, he's not as bad as Ryan Leaf. Not even Jamarcus Russell, not even close to being as bad as Jamarcus Russell. Shit, they got guys in the league now that he is better than. Better than Zach Wilson. He's better than Drew Lock, our backup.
Drew Lock's your backup?
Yeah, because we lost Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor got a backup deal with the Jets.
Okay.
They gave him $7 million. I think they made him like the highest backup or like top 5 in backup money.
Well.
They had to this time. You know what I mean? They didn't have a plan last time. But at least this time you have Tyrod. But the thing about Tyrod is that he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people don't remember that.
You know, God forbid both him and Rodgers go down to be Jordan Travis.
If he can stay healthy, yeah.
The quarterback from Florida State.
Where's he at now?
Who?
Jordan Travis.
He's the rookie from Florida State.
With the Jets?
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
We have him.
That's a great pick.
We have him on
the because he was team. So good. He was so good before he went out.
Yeah.
Before he got hurt, that's the whole reason why Florida State didn't get into the playoffs was because of that reason. Because if that would have ever happened, they would have blew Louisville out in the ACC championship game. It'd have been terrible. They didn't want him back. They only wanted to pay him so they can trade him. I mean, I think he would have came back. If it would have stayed at 12.5 with 25 guaranteed, the Giants would have matched that. And it was him that was talking about, I want to be a Giant for life. And then the agent says, well, this is what we're looking for. Okay, well, if we do that today, is he going to be a Giant today? And then you hear Joe Shane talk to him about it where he's like on the phone. He's like, no, well, I mean, we'll see. I'm not saying that. But then why did you give that fucking number then?
Fair.
Like, don't give out the number and then be like, this is what we're looking for. And then all of a sudden it's not enough. And then don't sit there and say that they didn't try because they told the agent, hey, we could do that. We probably do that. But go out there and see what you can get. He went out there and saw what he got. It was just a little bit too much than what we were often willing to pay for a running back when you already have a $40 million quarterback. That's just, it is what it is at that point. I mean, you can't, what you going to do?
Yeah.
But, man.
A lot of shit's been coming out with Hard Knocks, y'all. It's interesting.
Yeah, Hard Knocks is, I like the little off-season thing. I heard a couple people talk about how that stuff should stay, behind management. I didn't like how Colin Cowherd was out there talking about how it didn't have a good look between John Mara and Joe Shane. It's because John Mara is getting in his feelings and Joe Shane is doing business. You know what that looked like? That looked like almost every other male-female relationship I've seen in my entire life.
Damn.
When they're arguing. Because most men think logically, most females think emotionally.
Damn.
That's just the way it is. My girl will tell you that. My baby mom will tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
They talk to me about that shit all the time. I tell them, I'm like, why you mean? Like, well, my girl's not really emotional. My girl's more chill. But my baby mama. Whew. That's another fucking story right there. We'll have to save that for a regular podcast.
Story time.
Story time podcast, huh? After the huddle. Story time.
Twinkle?
Yeah, presents story time with a little twinkle in the end. We have a $52 million QB and we paid him. Yeah, but then watch what's going to happen. That's because y'all are drafting well. Y'all are drafting well enough on the defensive end where y'all aren't having to go pay for a whole bunch of defensive players.
Drafting everybody out of Georgia.
You drafted the entire Georgia defense. I mean, because you aren't paying anybody defensively. And guess what? Here's the thing. Over the next few years, you're not going to be able to pay anybody defensively. And on top of that, Kelsey just left, so that freed up cap space. Lane Johnson's going to be gone here in the next year or two. That'll free up some cap space. But at the same, y'all's defense, if y'all don't draft well defensively, while y'all are paying these guys, y'all are going to be hot ass on defense.
Damn.
Like you were last year, getting burnt on the defensive end. And you know it yourself, getting burnt in the secondary. Oh, it's all cool because you're paying a quarterback and you're paying a running back and you're paying 2 wide receivers. But then you get burnt on the back end in the secondary and you're losing games 32-25. Like, cool, but you still lost. You're putting up some points. It's all nice. Like, it is what it is. I'm not saying that that Howie's bad. I'm just saying, like, you at a certain point, you're paying all these guys offensively. You're not going to have enough to pay the defense to retain the draft picks that you have. At some point, you're going to have to trade somebody. I guarantee it. Now, your window might be the next 2 seasons, but at the same time, that's 2 seasons. After that, what you're gonna do? You're gonna have to start trading people. Either that, or what are you gonna resign? You're gonna resign these guys when they get older. You're not gonna want to resign Saquon when he's 30 after he's probably gone through 2 more injuries with y'all.
Well, I will say it will be interesting to see him behind that offensive line.
Well, he's definitely.
Granted, the fact they did lose Kelsey because he was like one of the best.
Yeah, but I mean, I do know that they've talked highly on this other center that's coming in,
mm-hmm.
But I mean, it doesn't either way. Like, they have better weapons on the outside. They have a better O-line. They have a better quarterback. They have a better team.
Right.
So he's going to look good behind that offensive line. I already know that. The thing is that is he going to be able to stay healthy? That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he was healthy last season. That's cool. You're healthy last season. That's dope. But I'm telling you, at some point, if you don't draft well defensively, if the defensive players that y'all draft don't work out, it's not going to be pretty on the defensive end. How are they looking terrible? I don't understand why everybody's saying, bro, we're not going to pay a running back $13 million a year in 27 when your entire offensive roster is bad. That doesn't make sense. That's stupid. You're wasting money. We wasted money with Daniel Jones when they did that instead of picking up his option. But don't sit there and tell me that the organization looks terrible. That's fucking stupid. That's crazy. If anything, Joe Shea looks like the smartest dude right now because he fucked up with the Daniel Jones thing by signing him. But now he didn't have to pay a running back $13.5 million a year over the next 2-3 seasons. When your offensive line is 32nd in the league, your wide receiving core is bottom 5 in the league, your quarterback's maybe the top 25. Like, what are we talking about? Everybody in the world is saying that they're looking bad. They're really not. There's a few people that are saying it, and it's not everybody outside of fans. I don't understand. What do you want us to be like the Cowboys? Just let Jerry Jones just run everything? Because if that's the case, why would you hire Joe Shane? You could just fire him and do it yourself. The thing about it is that you are the general manager. Does it look bad?
What?
The Hard Knocks.
Not to me. I just got questions about it. That's all. That's why I'm asking.
Well,
you
you're supposed to have questions about it. I mean, you're going to question why they do the things that they do, but you can do that with anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't, I don't see where it's like this terrible look where it's, oh my God, I can't believe this relationship between the GM and the owner. Like, yeah, the GM is supposed to put his foot down and tell the owner, get the fuck. That's what you're supposed to do as a GM. The owner tries to get in the business of the football operations where he doesn't need to be sticking his nose at. He can offer advice, which he did. I would really like to keep Saquon. All right, cool. If we can afford him, we'll keep him. I would like to bring him back too. How does it make the GM look incompetent? That doesn't make sense. He made a smart money decision, football decision. Would you have paid Saquon 13 with that roster?
Probably not.
20. Think about this, bro. 13 a year, 27 guaranteed. over, what is it, 2 or 3 seasons? 3 seasons at least. So that means 13, that's 39. You're giving him off like a $40 million, $45 million contract over 3 seasons.
Probably not, because I didn't have taken his injury concern into.
And on top of that, look at the rest of your roster, where you have the worst offensive line in the league and a bottom 5. You think of the Patriots. Would you want to? If Ramondre was thinking about leaving, would you re-sign Ramondre Stevenson at that price, knowing that your offensive line is bad, your quarterback situation is a question mark, and your receiving core is bottom 5 in the league?
We probably wouldn't anyway.
You wouldn't want to do that. I don't understand why you're sitting here saying that makes them look incompetent when that's not the case. Nobody would do that. And if you're sitting there saying that you would have done that, that makes you look incompetent. That you would pay a running back all that money when the rest of your roster looks like garbage. Like, nobody's doing that. Yeah, because they're not paying Drake May. They don't have a quarterback that they're paying.
Yeah.
You can pay a running back then. The problem is that we can't pay a running back when you're paying for a quarterback. Now, that one move by getting Daniel Jones, that's a bad move, but it doesn't make him look incompetent, because then that would mean every move that he's made would have been bad. And I don't think getting Brian Burns for a 2nd and a 5th is a bad trade.
Did they ever talk about why it went from a 1st to the 2nd?
Because we had to pay him. He was a restricted free agent.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Where, like, if we're gonna pay him, we have to give Carolina some compensation for paying him.
Okay.
So that's how it ended up being a 2nd. And
they went over it. They talked about it already.
Yeah, they talked about it in the Hard Knocks episode.
Okay.
Could have paid Barkley 3 years ago. Okay, and then we would have put him on a 3-year deal, and we'd be right back where we're at right now. And then on top of that, he was on what's it called? He was hurt. You're just gonna pay a guy who's been hurt, missed like 3/4 of the season, tore his ACL.
What happened with his ankle too?
Yeah, he fucked up his ankle. Like, I mean, come on. Nobody would have paid him 3 years ago because of his injury history. I mean, I don't get. You're trying to justify why it looks so bad, but the only reason it looks bad is because we paid Daniel Jones, but we didn't pay Barkley when Daniel Jones' contract was up. We should have picked up his 5th-year option. That's what we didn't do. We should have paid Barkley then. That was 2 seasons ago.
That's fair. Yeah, because we even kind of questioned it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what, remember, we talked, that was the only move that I think that makes him look bad, was the fact that he didn't pick up his 5th-year option with Daniel Jones in the 4th season when they got there, which they should have done. Okay? The problem is they didn't didn't do that because they thought that they were going to be so bad that they were going to be picking in the top 5. But what happened? We won 10 games, won a playoff game. We got bounced in the next round, but we weren't picking high.
Yeah.
So at that point, what do? You don't have a backup plan for quarterback because you don't have a high draft pick. You don't feel like giving a lot of picks away to trade up to get there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're all the way back at like 25, 26. You don't want to trade up from there. Okay. So you have no backup option at quarterback. Now, I thought that they should have picked up his 5th-year option regardless. But because they didn't, they weren't able to sign Saquon. They had to sign Daniel Jones. That's the biggest problem. That was the bad move right there. Because we won 10 games and he won a playoff game. Like, that shows improvement. That shows, okay, maybe it was the coaching of the last team. Maybe he's not as bad as we thought.
Okay. We
won 10 games and he won a playoff game, which is more than I could say for a lot of other quarterbacks in the league right now. They've never won a playoff game. I can start naming guys off that Justin Herbert. Has he ever won a playoff game? No. Did he get paid? Yes. More than Daniel Jones did. You feel me? Like, if you're going to pay off talent and not what they've done, at some point, like, other people are going to pay off what they've done and not just off of what they've seen. Because these guys came in after having going through Gettleman and going through two different quarterbacks with Daniel Jones, two different coaches with Daniel Jones.
You had the McAdoo experience.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We had the Joe Judge experience. The fuck was that?
Which one's worse, McAdoo or Joe Judge?
Joe Judge, hands down. And you know what solidified that? When he fucking QB sneaked it when we were at our own goal line.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that one solidified that was worse than McAdoo.
Yeah, I don't think he ever would get a head coaching job after that one.
Yeah,
ever again.
So he goes through two coaches, two offense coordinators. You know what I'm saying? In a 3-year span. You're thinking, okay, well, maybe it's the coaching. Maybe he's not as bad as we thought he was going to be when we were taking over this team. Mm-hmm. But then what happened? Last season, he got hurt. He looked bad. We played terrible. And now you're looking bad because you signed him to that contract. Now, even when the contract went down, how many times did we talk about it? There was a bad sign. You shouldn't have signed him for that much money. He wasn't worth $40 million. We talked about that. We talked about how they should have picked up his 5th-year option, regardless. We talked about how they should have signed. They would have been able to sign Saquon then. That's what I'm saying. They could have. Yeah, that's the problem. That was the bad move. That doesn't make somebody incompetent because you make one bad move. You have to go by what you have after that one bad move. Since then, everything he's done is made a good move. Traded Leonard Williams away. Got that second pick. What did he turn a second round and 5th round into? Brian Burns. Okay. You didn't pay Saquon. He's gone, but now you got a right tackle and a left guard solidified. You still have Andrew Thomas. We'll see how the center comes along. He played decently last year. Not terrible, but he wasn't good. So you fill up 2 positions on the O-line. You still got Andrew Thomas in the center. You go get Neighbors in the draft. Get him a real weapon. This is going to be the first time Daniel Jones in his entire career has had a number 1 wide receiver. A guy who plays like a number 1. Hopefully. We still don't know that yet because he's a rookie. But we're hoping that Neighbors is going to come in and be this Jamar Chase-like guy.
I think Slayton said that too.
That's what I'm saying. So we're hoping that is the case. Because then you can evaluate it further. Because after this season, we have the ability to cut Daniel Jones. And it's not going to be a lot of dead cap that we lose because of it. So if we have a bad season, guess what? We can go draft a quarterback. And try this thing over again with developing a quarterback from this regime. Because the people, you don't remember, Daniel Jones was not drafted by Joe Shane. He was drafted by Dave Gettleman.
Yeah. Not Dable's quarterback.
He's not Dable's quarterback.
That's what surprised me too. I thought Dable would have went.
He's Joe Judge's quarterback. Or no, he was Ben McAdoo's quarterback.
I thought for sure Dable would have went and got a quarterback that he could have worked with.
We tried. Hey, let's see if we can go get a quarterback in this draft. If we don't, get a weapon for Daniel and we're rolling with him for the season. That's what they said.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. You have to help Daniel. You're not helping Daniel Jones by paying a whole bunch to a running back and then not going to get offensive line because of his injury history now. But you're already paying him. So you have to worry about protecting him. You can't worry about if you're going to run the ball. You got to worry about being able to keep him upright.
Yeah.
Give him more than 2.5 seconds to throw the ball. How many times did we see last year 2 seconds and we're gone? You know what I mean? They got guys running free off the line. I mean, it looked bad. We were rated the worst offensive line by almost every metric last year.
We were right above y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Then it's crazy because it was the Giants, it was the Patriots, and it was the Commanders. Those are the 3 worst offensive lines last season.
Ridiculous.
You know, it's easy to sit back there and say, oh, well, we're paying these guys. We got this and that. When you got a fucking offensive line that's top 5 in the league. Like, it's easy to say that shit then. Put Jalen Hurts behind that offensive line. I guarantee you he doesn't last the season. I guarantee you. Put AJ Brown on that team with the offensive line from last year. He's going to get frustrated and want to trade because he's not going to be able to get the ball. Not because he's not getting open, because Jalen Jones has no time. But now we look better now. Neighbors, Hyatt, Slayton, nothing but speed on the outside.
Yeah.
Slayton was the fastest guy in his draft in the wide receiver room. Jalen Hyatt is a speedster, won the Biletnikoff Award for best wide receiver in college. And then now we got Neighbors.
Who do you think out of Neighbors and Hyatt, who do you think is going to be y'all's
Neighbors?
Deep threat?
Deep threat?
Yes.
Well, deep threat wise, I could still see it being Jalen. I think he's faster. He's faster than Neighbors. As far as straight line speed, he's faster than Neighbors. Dude, Jalen Hyatt is a fucking burner.
Oh no.
He is a burner. He's got to work. He's had to work on his route running, but we'll see. He's still young. You know what I mean? The only old guy over there, Shepard's gone now.
Yeah.
So we got Wan'Dale Robinson, who a lot of people talk about. He's a little shifty guy. That's what we have. We have playmaker wide receivers and deep threat guys. We don't have anybody that's 6'4", 200 and something pound genetic freak. We don't have that. We have a whole bunch of smaller speedster motherfuckers like Malik Neighbors now coming in with his shifty ass and his route running and his complete package. We got Jalen Hyatt, burner. Don't let him get behind you because he's going to beat you deep every time. If you're not going to catch him. Now it is. Hold on. I was on the phone for the last 3 minutes. I had y'all mute. I didn't hear a thing. Oh, it's all good. Giants D-line best in the division, though. Now it is, yeah. I mean, it's still hard to say because Dallas does a really good pass rushing, but I'll tell you what. Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, that's nasty. That's nasty. I missed the Ram. I missed the Ram. The Burns pickup was so solid. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be an incompetent GM if you're making good moves. Did he make a bad move? Yes, he made a bad move. You have to work off that bad move. That's the issue.
Yeah.
The problem is that John Mara is in there in his feelings because, man, if he goes to the Eagles, I'm not going to be able to sleep at night. You sound like a 10-year-old child. I'm not going to be able to sleep at night. Like, you're like 70 years old, dude. Grow the fuck up. This is a business. He's gone. Get over it.
Shit happens.
That's what I'm saying. Every team in the league has lost a player that they loved. I promise you.
That's how we lost Brady. One, we didn't really want to pay him. Two, we couldn't get him fucking weapons.
I mean, but even the weapons y'all had, what happened with them? They're gone.
Yeah.
Because y'all didn't want to pay them.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Panthers are idiots. They could have had so many firsts from the Rams. Yeah, no. Didn't the Rams offer them like two
firsts, I think.
Yeah. So stupid.
The Rams don't give a fuck about that.
They just don't give a fuck anymore. They don't give a fuck anymore.
Like, we just want to win a Super Bowl. Take these draft picks. Let's go.
That's what it is. They don't give a fuck anymore. I think what it is, they thought that Bryce Young was going to be better than what he was. That's why they were holding on to Brian Burns, because they were probably thinking about paying Brian Burns. But then you turn around and Bryce Young and the Panthers are the worst team in the league, but you don't have the number one pick.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's wild because like somebody said this the other day. They're like, the Bears won 7 games and they had the number one pick. I'm like, I
don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, no, for real.
That was like I think the first time that me personally, like watching NFL, like that's the first time I've seen that where a team year before traded up to number one, traded away their number one pick, then ended up being the worst team in the league and didn't have the number one pick.
Yeah.
I've seen it with basketball because they have a lottery. That's why. You have a chance to be the first pick, even if you weren't the last team.
Right.
So if you traded somebody like an unprotected pick, because sometimes you could protect it if it ends up being a top 3 pick or a top 5 pick.
Okay.
You can protect it in basketball, and it ends up going back to you. But if you say you trade away an unprotected first round pick, that means that's your pick, whatever I land. So if we have a bad season and the next thing you know, we somehow end up the number 1 pick, you could have just won the championship. Guess who was the number 1 pick? That would be crazy. If you traded for somebody and then the team that traded for them ended up being the worst team in the league, and the team that traded away that stuff
won it all.
Bro, that would mean the national champion would be the first overall pick. They would still be taking the first overall pick.
No. We're not doing that.
That is crazy. That shit would be wild. I would love to see that.
But then again, we've seen some wild shit in the past few years, so something might happen.
Yeah. But
some wild events over the weekend, but that's here and there right now.
I mean, yeah. I'm just glad the Eagles traded pick 32 to the Ravens, so they drafted Lamar instead of the Giants. We already had Daniel Jones. Didn't we pick Daniel Jones in that draft?
I think New England had the 32nd pick. I think we won that year.
No, that was the year
What year?
The Eagles won.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking Lamar.
Well, yeah, the Eagles wouldn't have traded that with the Giants anyway. Oh, 2018. That's what it was. Yeah, 2018. I mean, I'm not a huge. I mean, I think Lamar Jackson's good, but I wouldn't want him on my team as my quarterback. I mean, I'd take him over Daniel Jones for a season.
Yeah, we all would.
But I wouldn't take him. I mean, there's other guys I would definitely take over Lamar. Giants pick 2nd in the 2nd round. Oh, I mean, if he would have fell to us in the 2nd round, we might have taken him.
Who, Lamar?
Lamar. If he would have fell to pick 33, 34, if he would have fell to pick 34, there's a chance we probably would have took him.
Somebody would have got steal. Like, right there. Projected first
But
round.
man, isn't that the draft we drafted Daniel Jones? No. Because if we had the 2nd pick, that was the year we drafted Barkley.
Yeah, because y'all drafted Jones
Yeah, that was the year we drafted Barkley.
Y'all drafted Jones 4 or 5. Between 1 and 5, I believe.
Hmm. We would have fallen. So we weren't taking a quarterback. Ravens traded. Who was the first pick in that draft?
In 2018?
The Baker Mayfield? Yeah. Yeah, it was Baker Mayfield. No.
I think
who yeah, it was
Baker.
Baker. Okay, it was Baker.
How they started going back from 20, because I think wasn't Burrow 20?
Yeah, it was Baker. Okay. Yeah, I thought so.
Was Burrow 19 or 20?
Burrow was 20. Because he won the championship.
Yes.
And then got drafted.
Yes.
In 20.
Yes.
Giants would have Barkley and Lamar. Damn. Yeah. That's nice.
Shit.
Yeah, that's nice. But I want a guy who can sit in the pocket and throw the ball and scrambling is secondary. You know what I mean? Somebody who can move, but
yeah,
that's not his main thing, Somebody like a Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? Not a Joe Burrow.
That can move in the pocket.
The only way that I would want somebody like Joe Burrow is if our offensive line was top 10 in the league. Jones and Singletary over Barkley and Lamar. I mean, Lamar kind of. I mean, we weren't going to trade up for Lamar. You know,
I mean, he fell all the way to 32.
We
Not
still-
a lot of people were.
we still had-
besides.
we still had Eli at that time. Eli was still playing,
Yeah, it was
so
like
we
the
weren't
last year or two.
gonna trade up for him.
It was like Eli.
I'm not saying that he can't play. I mean, he can play. I personally don't want him on. I wouldn't want him on my team. That's all. Lamar sitting behind Eli for a year. I did that one. Yeah,
Might have learned a pocket presence and then scrambled.
yeah,
That would have been.
yeah. Because we drafted Daniel, I think, the year following.
Did y'all?
I'm pretty sure.
I know y'all benched Eli for Geno Smith, I think, one game, or a game or two. Was it Geno Smith? When y'all benched Eli?
Yeah, they benched him for Geno. God, I was so pissed.
I think a lot of people were. And then didn't y'all draft Daniel Jones after that?
Yeah, Dan Jones was the following year.
Okay.
Because it did. It fucked his record for most consecutive games.
Yeah. Yeah, that I knew. Yeah, that part I knew.
Yeah. Giants never had a black starting quarterback. Geno Smith started. Tyrod Taylor started. We've never had a black franchise quarterback. There's a lot of teams like that, though. We never had a franchise guy where he stayed with us for multiple years. But as far as like a starting quarterback, like for like a game or even for the start of the season, yeah, because Tyrod started the beginning of the season for one time, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not the start of the season. Definitely a game though, because we just talked about Geno Smith.
Yeah.
But I've seen Tyrod start as well. Oh yeah, I think Geno might have been the first starting black quarterback.
For y'all?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, think about it. All the times. I mean, going back to just even a little bit older than I am. Fucking, what's it called? Yeah, but Phil Simms, Kerry Collins, Housewater or Stetter, whatever his name was, that started in the other Super Bowl.
Which one? The one y'all lost to the Ravens?
No. The one we won against Buffalo, yeah.
Why do I forget y'all? I forget they lost to like almost every team, or if not every team in the NFC East.
Yeah, they do. No, yeah, they lost to all four of those were lost to an NFC East team. One to the Giants, one to the Redskins, and two to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But even then, after that, like I said, you had Kerry Collins, and then Kurt Warner took over, and then Eli was quarterback for 15 years, plus. So, yeah, no, it wasn't until Geno Smith started a game. He was the first starting black quarterback for the Giants.
Okay.
That's crazy. But, well, let's get to the rest of the division. We talked about the Giants. We talked about the Eagles. Talked a little bit about the Cowboys. Have you heard of this Dak stuff? Everybody's talking about how you saw that they put out that list for top 10.
Keep going. I'm gonna send.
They put out a list for top 10 best quarterbacks in the league, and they had Dak at 10. It's hey, bro, you gotta talk about the rest of the division. We're gonna put it. We're gonna put it in all in perspective, and then pick or order. Watching Planet of the Apes movies in order. Oh, that's dope. Y'all go enjoy yourselves, man.
I don't think I've seen the last one.
I haven't seen the last one either. But yeah, so they put out a list of like the top 10 quarterbacks in the league.
Okay.
Based off of like executives, scouts, and coaches, what they've said. And Dak was at 10. Do you feel like that's an appropriate?
I don't think I've seen the list. What were the other 9?
Mahomes, Burrow,
Josh Allen. Didn't we talk about this?
Yeah, Josh, Lamar, Stafford, Herbert, Stroud, Goff. And I can't remember who. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is 8, and then Goff at 9, and then Dak at 10. So Mahomes, Burrow. She hasn't seen the first one with James Franco. Oh my God! Holy shit! Yeah, you gotta put her on. Love you too, man. Be safe. Have fun.
Check the banners real quick. Not banners. The overlays. I want to see the thing I added. It popped up. Pictures. Okay, it's up there.
Here it is.
That's the top coaches.
So this is all his top coaches.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, they had the top 10 list. I felt like Dak. My thing is he's got really good regular season numbers, but I mean, what are you doing in the postseason? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, Lamar hasn't done a lot in the postseason either. He hasn't played well in the postseason. You know, even in some of the games that he's won, he hasn't played well.
Yeah.
But
they should have won the Chiefs game.
I mean, I don't put that entirely on him.
No.
I put that on a lot of the scheme.
That pick he threw in the end zone, I put on him.
Well, yeah. But then remember Flowers fumbling at the goal line.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The taunting penalty by Flowers.
Took back 15.
Yeah. That was right after, too.
Mm-hmm.
Then, I mean, the fumble was right after, but still,
I
think.
Yeah. Talked all that mess and then gave up the ball.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Peanut punch.
Yep.
Just, wow.
Terrible. But yeah. So I understand why some people would catch some flack with it though, because he does have like top 5 numbers in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he's that guy in the regular season. So
yeah, he's a pretty good damn fantasy quarterback too. That's why
yeah.
I wouldn't mind having maybe drafting him or just picking up late off waivers. So I've done that before.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'd still probably put him maybe the highest I'd still only put him is probably like 9 or 8. You know, I mean, Golf didn't have the best numbers, but I mean, he went to an NFC Championship game.
Yeah, each year since
he's been
there,
he's been to 2 NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl in his career.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Now he hasn't reached the pinnacle of winning that.
Yeah,
but he has reached the top.
And then also look how he he helped turn around Detroit.
Yeah,
from that, I don't think they won a game at one point I don't think they won a game when he first got there.
No, they won a couple.
That's what I'm saying. Eventually, they won some.
Yeah, they won a couple in his first season.
Yeah, because at one point they didn't win a game.
Yeah, that was before he got there. That was Calvin Johnson.
No, I'm talking like Stafford. When they first got their first win with Goff, because at first they didn't have a win until I think maybe late.
Oh yeah. It was like half the season, like kind of like mid,
yeah.
like kind of like
mid
a fourth into the season
yeah.
to mid in the season in that range. But I don't know. Dallas lost a lot of players, especially on the offense. I mean, Cooks is still there. Still got Lamb. Still got Dak. But Pollard's gone. They picked Zeke back up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tyron Smith's gone, but
he
was an old, banged up offensive
He's
tackle.
always hurt anyway. Oh, excuse me, getting tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always hurt anyway. But I don't really know how they're going to be next year. I don't think they win. I think the Eagles win the division next year. I do think that. The thing is that the Giants going to be good enough to come in second and place in the division? Do you think so? Do you think we're good enough to be a playoff team if that offensive line comes together?
I don't think y'all have a playoff team just yet. Y'all might shock the world.
I mean, we did 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was with a worse offensive line than I think we're going to have this year. With a worse wide receiving core than I think we're going to have this year. Now, the running back room is going to be a little bit different, but they mentioned something on Hard Knocks. You know, Devin Singletary has led the team in rushing every team he's been on in the past 4 years.
Okay. Yeah, he wasn't that bad in Buffalo.
And he led them in rushing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and then he's back with the coaching staff from there. You know, so I mean, we'll see how it goes. You know, and then we bring in the defensive coordinator from Tennessee. You know, he's been top 3 in stopping the run every single year.
Okay.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be going up against Saquon. And we're going to be dealing with a rookie quarterback and probably a good bit of running with Washington.
Eckler.
You know, and Eckler and Robinson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we got to deal with Zeke again. And because both those offensive lines are still good.
Yeah.
You know, now Washington's offensive line isn't really good at all.
Yeah.
They didn't really even address it much this offseason either. So I don't think they'll be much better than they were last year. But Dallas, they did lose Tyron Smith, like you said, but he was always pretty much gone.
Yeah.
They still have Zach Martin, still the best offensive guard in the league. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we'll see how it goes with Dallas. Dallas is good in the regular season. So, I mean, we haven't beaten Dallas in forever. I was shocked we beat Philly last year. You know?
Seems like everybody in the division's always got that one sneak game that y'all win.
Yeah, I was shocked that we beat Philly last year.
Yeah, because I remember the Redskins. I don't remember if the Redskins beat them at one point last year, but I know they came close to it last year.
Yeah.
Not Redskins.
Commanders.
Yeah.
I said that because I said it earlier, but that's what they were called at the time. That's why I said it. But I mean, we'll see. I think it goes. It'll be the Eagles winning the division this year, and then Dallas will probably be second, and then the Giants will be third, and I think Washington will still be fourth. I think that's how it'll go. I think we'll be better than we were last year. I expect us, and I hate saying this because there's nothing worse than being in the middle. Yeah, I call it NFL purgatory, and you know that.
Yeah.
But I think we probably end up somewhere around the 7-8 win range.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Now, if especially with we have the opportunity to go to be the same though, I think, or worse. I think the lowest we'll win if we have a bad season, it'll be 5. I don't think we'll win more than 5 games. If the season goes on the downslope, then we won't win more than 5 games. However, I think it's more inclined to say that we'll win probably around like 7. I think that's like 7, maybe 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then the high note would probably be 9 or 10. If we somehow win 11 or 12 games, I'll shit myself.
Yeah, that'd be a huge surprise.
That's what I'm saying. I'll shit myself. Yeah. Especially with how tough our schedule is this year.
Yeah.
You know? So, but if we somehow just make this gigantic leap because we got better at the offensive line and we got better at wide receiver, if that's the case, and we somehow make this leap, I don't see it happening. I'm not a delusional fan. I don't see it, but it'll be interesting. How do you think if the division shakes out?
I think Philly's gonna get it at 1.
Yeah.
And then kind of really same as you. Yeah, really the same because really only 2 people that are contending for the top of the division is Dallas and Philly.
Yeah.
Y'all may be like a few years behind unless Washington can pull something out their ass with Jaden Daniels, like they did with RG3.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they got to, like you said, they got to address the offensive line.
Got to address the
hopefully, they don't treat Jaden like they did with RG3.
It looks bad. It's starting to look bad already. The fact that they didn't really address offensive line this offseason and how bad they were last season.
Maybe they know they'll be that bad next year, and they're going to go get the LSU kid, Will Campbell.
That's cool and everything, but that means you're setting your rookie future quarterback up for failure. You see what I'm saying?
Could they trade for an offensive lineman?
They may be a good trade, but how much are you willing to give up for one offensive lineman?
Right.
Maybe
that's why they got that tight end they drafted. I remember.
Well, Logan Thomas is gone.
Yeah, they also. I know they drafted a tight end.
That's what I'm saying. They did that because Logan Thomas is gone.
Sorry, is it Sinault? Is that his name?
I think so.
I don't remember how tall the dude is, but they may have drafted a blocking tight end strictly for Jaden.
Maybe to help that running game.
Yeah.
If they can run the ball effectively, it will take pressure. Off of Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Eckler is a pretty good running back. He's age now, but he's also a receiving back.
Yeah, he's still receiving. Yeah, and then he's not. But at the same time, he's also not going to be a guy that carries the ball 300 times.
Yeah.
They're going to split carries between him and Robinson.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. It all depends on how the offensive line goes.
Yeah.
Football's one in the trenches. A lot of people, especially these new fans today, they don't understand that. Football is won in the trenches. Trust me, if you don't have a good offensive line, you can't get a good offense going because you have nowhere to run the football and you won't have time to throw the ball.
Yep.
All right. If you have a bad defensive line, you'll get ran all over, pushed around, and then you can't attack the quarterback when he's throwing the ball. So that means it gives his receivers time to get open. Your secondary can only cover for so long. Somebody will get open eventually. You give a quarterback 7 seconds in the NFL. You give a quarterback 5 seconds in the NFL. 6 seconds. He'll find somebody.
Yeah.
He'll find somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody will be open. And if not, that just means you were probably one of the best secondary cores in the league.
Yeah.
That means you have fucking Sauce Gardner and Pat Surtain and Hugh Funga and Minka Fitzpatrick all on one team together.
Legion of Boom type shit.
So, but all right. Well, before we go, Jared, let's go discuss this Collins top 5 head coach, 10 coaches. You got Andy Reid at 1, Sean McVay at 2, John Harbaugh at 3, Sean Payton at 4, Mike Tomlin at 5, Kyle Shanahan at 6, Matt LaFleur at 7, Kevin Stefanski at 8, Sean McDermott at 9, and DeMeco Ryans. That's a crazy one. It's just weird to see him. It's weird to see his name next to a coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's weird. Top 10 coaches in the league. I have some problem with this list.
Which one?
I know Sean Payton's won a Super Bowl, but I feel like he's too high.
Okay, so who are you switching them with?
I definitely put Mike Tomlin above him.
Okay.
I put Kyle Shanahan over him.
Okay, I say, I mean, you're on the same page.
Yeah, I put Kyle Shanahan over him. Sean Payton has won a Super Bowl, but he's only won one Super Bowl.
Yeah, so you're on the same page as me.
You know what I mean?
Right
like,
now.
Kyle Shanahan hasn't won a Super Bowl. I will give him that.
Same page, though.
But this man has been in the Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator or a head coach. What, 2 times? Been to like 5 NFC championship games.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's
that's what I sent. I sent this to Brian, and I was like, "Do you agree to this?" He said something. He was like, "I think I guess." I was like, I don't know. I think I'd switch around Sean Payton and Kyle Shanahan. I was like, he said something. He was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. Sean Payton won a Super Bowl and something. I'm like, yeah, but also you got to think of he's won that one Super Bowl. But what did he do after that?
That was 14 years ago.
Yeah, and I was like, then Kyle Shanahan. I was like, been in the playoffs almost 4 years straight.
Do they not realize how long that Super Bowl ago was? That was over a decade and almost 15 years.
Which one?
The Saints Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
It was so long ago, bro. It was what, 2010?
Something like
2009? Whatever it was. I don't fucking know. It was so long ago. There are new head coaches in the league now today that are coming up. I will give him the fact that he is Sean Payton and he has won a Super Bowl, and there are guys that I wouldn't put over him. But, however, like I was saying, I would put Sean Payton down, Mike Tomlin at 4. I'd put Kyle Shanahan at 5. I'd put Sean Payton at 7. I would put Kevin Stefanski over Matt LaFleur. And I'd have Kevin
Stefanski.
God damn it. Yeah, Sean Payton would be at 6. I'd put Stefanski at 7. I'd put Matt LaFleur at 8. Sean McDermott and D'Amico Ryan. So I don't think Matt LaFleur is a bad coach. Did you see Kevin Stefanski make the playoffs last year with an old ass Joe Flacco and a beat up team?
Yeah, after losing Nick Chubb, Deshaun Watson.
You know, they lost a lot of people, and the fact that they made the playoffs was crazy. You know, but all right. Anything else you wanted to add, Jared?
No, we covered everything.
All right. We will be back next week. We're going to get back on track here. Season's right around the corner.
Slowly but surely.
Like I said, 50 days away. Y'all be ready. It's coming here soon. It's coming in hot. Ooh. But, all right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. And like I said, we will be back next week sometime, maybe a week from today. This one?
No.
This one?
You can do that one.
This one? I'll just do this one. All right. Like I was saying, appreciate everybody joining up, everybody in the comments. We will get back to being more consistent with this. We have to be.
Yeah.
Because the football season's coming around the corner.
Not too far.
Not too far. So, all right. And we'll be back next week. We'll talk about the AFC East next week.
The AFC East?
Yes.
Okay.
AFC East next week. We talked about the NFC East. Now we'll talk about the AFC East. So, all right, y'all. Y'all take it easy, and we'll see y'all later.